The blind date.
Vivify Studio Stories.
Standing in front of her horizontal gold-rimmed mirror, Jessica very meticulously outlined her well-shaped crimson lips with a deeper shade of red. She completed her evening look with a perfect wing-shaped eyeliner. She swirled swiftly in her black sequins gown. Her eyes gleamed after seeing her final reflection in the mirror. She ordered an Uber. Within 15 minutes her ride awaited in front of her apartment. She clenched her Hermes bag from the nearby armchair and hurried downstairs. She pushed open the main entrance door of her apartment building. Few miles away from the apartment building, awaited for her was Jessica's Uber ride that she had booked. She grabbed open the gleaming black door of her weighted sedan. Jessica seated herself at the back of the driver's seat. She rolled over the tinted glass windows of the car. As soon as Jessica got herself seated in the car, she ordered the driver to drive her to the pinned destination. The sedan slowly started moving and gradually picked up the pace. Jessica was a mid-aged school teacher. She had spent half of her life living alone. Jessica spent a lonely and independent life. She usually kept herself busy to kill her time. Her lifestyle was very simple and private. She followed a daily routine of going to work and then returning back home. After school she gave home tuitions to students living nearby. Loaded with work and to make ends meet, Jessica overworked a bit. Her hectic routine didn't make her feel the need for a life partner. Amanda, her school colleague, always thought that Jessica was so much tangled up in her professional life. According to Amanda's views, Jessica needed to find a balance in her personal and professional life. She was missing equilibrium, which everyone was searching for. Amanda, being a concerned friend, always thought that Jessica shouldn't nay living alone in her midlife. She was a deserving candidate for a happy marital life. Seeing Jessica all alone made Amanda a bit worried. So, she thought of hooking Jessica for a blind date. Maybe via her Jessica would find her love of life and could make her life meaningful. Thinking of this, Amanda made Jessica's marriage profile on an online dating app and pushed Jessica in talking to men, so that she could find herself a perfect match. Jessica, giving in to Amanda's constant persuasions, accepted her wish. Later, that evening, Jessica started chatting with random men whom she thought she could connect with. To her great astonishment, many men found her profile interesting and appealing. Men from all over the world messaged Jessica. Within few days Jessica started chatting and texting men who were interested in getting to know her. After few chats, Jessica came across a very enticing profile. His name was Joey, aka P. William. His profession was very interesting, not like the usual professions of being a doctor, engineer or business person. Joey was Prince William look-alike. That is actually what he did for living. Jessica thought his profession was interesting yet creative at the same time, and dating such a person in real life would make her dull and static life a bit interesting. Without even a second thought, Jessica clicked the like button on his profile. And to Jessica's great amazement, Joey liked her back. Jessica popped a "Hey" message in Joey's inbox, and within few hours, Joey and Jessica started their journey to their cyber friendship. Jessica thought Joey was a charismatic person and she enjoyed his company a lot. A week of texting and chatting led to Joey asking Jessica out for a date. Jessica was thrilled and she thought it would be a good initiative for their relationship. Instantly, Jessica accepted Joey's offer to date her. And mutually, both of them decided to meet each other on the 14th of February, which was around the corner. Jessica was jubilant for her unusual blind date. Dating Prince William look-alike isn't a common date. She felt as if she will be feeling like a princess on that day. Jessica's gleaming rental sedan slowed down in front of one of the finest cafes of Edinburgh, which both of them decided as their dating spot. Jessica stepped out of her parked sedan and hastily walked into the cafe. As Jessica stepped into the main entrance of the cafe, the female at the receptionist asked for the reservation name. Jessica already had booked a table by the name of Prince William. The waitress smirked on hearing the name. "Really?" The receptionist replied. "Are you really going to meet Prince William at our cafe?" she questioned. The receptionist nodded her head in disapproval and smirked. "Come on. Let me show you your table." The receptionist very casually started strolling towards the reserved table. "There," exclaimed the receptionist. "We have reserved a table for two, near the window as you have asked for." The receptionist patted Jessica on her shoulder and whispered into her ears, "Enjoy your date with so-called Prince William." Which was followed by a sneaky chuckle. "Will sure do," exclaimed Jessica in a low tone. As Jessica got herself seated, she pulled out her small rounded pocket mirror out of her Hermes bag. She quickly saw her reflection in her pocket mirror. She found that her makeup had worn out a bit and needed much deserved touch-up. She quickly freshened up herself and popped the mirror back into her purse. She flipped open the menu card lying in front of her. Today's specialty was Jessica's favorite classic British dish, beef Wellington, and toffee caramel pudding. Jessica placed the menu card back on the table again. Jessica's vacant stare through the glass window was broken by a deep husky voice. "Jessica?" the voice questioned. "Oh, yes," Jessica exclaimed as she lifted her head. She saw a lanky tall-suited man, standing at the right side of her. He had covered his face with a black face mask. The man quickly pulled out the chair in front of Jessica and got himself seated. Jessica smiled, staring directly at the person. "You must be Joey, aka Prince William." The man chuckled and swiftly removed his face mask. "Ah yes," exclaimed Joey. Jessica yelped in astonishment. Joey turned out to be carbon copy of Prince William. Jessica was flabbergasted by Joey's remarkable resemblance to the prince. "Oh, my," Jessica exclaimed, her eyes gleaming in excitement. "Never thought that you would have such a striking resemblance," exclaimed Jessica. "Ha ha," Joey laughed. Joey unpinned the red three-petal flower brooch from his navy blue suit and handed it to Jessica. "Oh, thanks," Jessica exclaimed. "Surely I do feel like a royal member," pinning the brooch on her sequins black dress. "So, shall we order something?" questioned Joey. "Yeah, sure," replied Jessica. Joey waved at the waiter and asked him to take the order. Joey grabbed the menu and I suggested him, "Why not to order today's specialty?" "Great idea." Joey arrived at our table for the order. Joey lowered the menu card and asked the waiter for a mushroom risotto for starters. "For the main course we would like to have today's specialty, beef Wellington, with gravy reduction, and for dessert 2 toffee caramel puddings. For drink we would just like to have plain sparkling water." As Joey just finished the order, "That's it for the dinner menu today," he exclaimed. The order would take 25 to 30 minutes, the waiter informed. The waiter grabbed the menu cards from both of us. As he pulled the menu card from Joey's hand, the waiter's eyes got wide open with excitement. "Sir, no, I mean, Your Highness Prince William," muttered the waiter. "Am I dreaming?" the waiter questioned in excitement. The waiter's face got all red and plumpish with excitement. "Hey, Joanna," the waiter called out for the receptionist. "We have His Highness Prince William in our cafe today." Who you said is in our cafe?" the receptionist yelled back. "His Highness, Prince William," the waiter shouted back. The receptionist came, running to our table. "Oh my God," the receptionist exclaimed, jumping up and down in excitement, after seeing Joey seated on the table. Tears of joy and excitement came rolling out of her eyes. She quickly took out her mobile phone and started taking snaps with Joey and me. "Thank you for visiting our cafe. We'll make sure that you are being served with the finest quality food. This surely will be the most memorable dinner for you two and for us too," Joanna the receptionist exclaimed. Alex, the waiter serving us, waved at the live musical band and shouted at them to play Prince William His Highness' favorite song list. The musical band waved vigorously back at us and started playing the suggested music playlist. The receptionist kissed Joey's hands and kneeled down in a gesture of respect. People at the cafe, hearing the loud laughter of the waiter and receptionist, started staring towards our table. Some of the people at the cafe flipped over their chairs and a huge crowd of people started gathering at our table. Seeing this, I giggled uncontrollably, but Joey shushed me and winked at me, gesturing to keep up with the drama. Joey stood up and the crowd started clicking pictures with Joey. Flashes and clicking of their cameras filled the cafe air. Autographs were being exchanged. Joey, after years of imitating Prince William, had also learned Prince William's signatures. The crowd surrounding us hooted and cheered. Manager of the cafe in excitement announced free drinks to be offered to everyone at the cafe that night. The manager offered us with free dinner meal that evening. Dating a look-alike isn't that bad after all, I thought to myself. This peculiar came with loads of benefits, like free food, drinks, gifts and amazing musical evening. Jessica's an interesting life was actually turning out to be an exciting one, now. She thought to herself. She did experience life of a princess accompanying Joey. Huge flower bouquet were being offered to us. People showered kisses and hugs at them all of a sudden, which commoners usually don't get in their daily life. I smirked at Joey, who in return gestured me to carry on with the show. The head chef himself served us that day, and surely it was the finest meals that I had in my entire life. Fresh, tender, juicy and succulent beef Wellington was an immense joy to our taste buds that evening. Joey's whole face was covered with deep red lip stains of the fans he just had made that night. One of the most thrilling night came to an end. Without even paying a penny for the night, Joey and me rapidly headed towards the main door. As soon as we departed the cafe, we found ourselves stuck in a huge swamp of paparazzis. Unfortunately, the manager of the cafe called the paparazzis and informed them that Prince William is at their cafe, tugging and pushing of the crowd. The endless clicking and flashes of the camera lights blinded our vision. My heart started pounding heavily seeing all the protocol and limelight being given. All I could hear was, "Hey, William, pose for us, smile at the camera." Joey pushing and making his way through the dense crowd. Finally, we made our way towards the rental car that I ordered. We squeezed into the back seat and quickly clenched the doorknob and signed the driver to roll his car. Which he did, as he was ordered. The driver stared into the front mirror and as he looked at Joey, his mouth dropped open and with a screech he halted his car. "Oh, no," Joey and me cried out loudly, "not again." The driver got out of the car and pulled open the back car door. The driver hugged Joey tightly, "Your Highness," kneeling down and kissing Joey's hands. Joey started feeling nauseous of all the protocol he just had all day. Wanted to pull off the facade. But he knew it was of no use as no one would believe him. So, he thought it would be reasonable of him to let people think what they are thinking. Joey dropped me back at my apartment and hugged me goodbye. He hurried back into the car as he thought it was the best thing to do as he didn't want the whole neighborhood to gather and bombard us. We already escaped the clutches of the paparazzis that evening. As he headed for the car, we heard stomping of the footsteps. Joey and I turned around and saw a huge swamp of people running towards us. Unfortunately, my neighbor next door had leaked the news in the neighborhood that I was dating Prince William. "Oh no." Both of us sighed. "I am just a look-alike," shouted Joey on top of his voice. But it was too late already. Joey's helpless shouts drained in the roaring and yelling of the charging crowd. The women in my neighborhood pounced on Joey and the hefty thrust of the plunging women swiped Joey of his footing. "I am just a look-alike," shouted Joey over and over again. The continuous clicking and flashes of the cameras took rest of the night away. "Will I ever date a look-alike again?" questioned the voice in my head. Certainly, it wasn't an ordinary date that turned out after all.